and they form the Red Arrow's famous trademark Diamond 9 shape. The team is led by Red 1 squadron leader Jim Turner. It's his second year leading the team, but he was on the team as a wingman between 2005 to 2007 and ended up leading the synchro pair. He's a former Jaguar weapons instructor and Jaguar display pilot.
Missed that. I just want to say.
Red start, 2 and 3, acknowledge the move as the smoke comes on. You'll see the 3 aircraft on each wing now drop back to form a formation called Eagle. This is based on the American fighter jet, the F-15 Eagle. As they come in now from Stowe Corner, they fly the Eagle roll. The jet's there around 6 to 8 feet apart, flying at 400 miles an hour as they reach a height of 2,500 feet in that roll. We fly the majority of our formations with the odd-numbered pilots on the left-hand side and the even-numbered pilots on the right-hand side. Red 6 and 7, the synchro pair, fly directly behind the leader in line astern. On the bottom of the formation now is Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. It's his second year with the team and he is the team's executive officer. He's a former Hawk flying instructor and eventually flew operationally in the Harrier GR9. Smoke goes off now as the team have reformed a new shape, this time depicting the iconic supersonic airliner, showing the very best of British here at Concorde, at Silverstone. This is Concorde.
Left, now. All doing thanks, now.
This year is the 70th anniversary of Operation Chastise, the famous Dam Busters raid carried out by 617 Squadron on the night of 16th of May 1943. Those brave men flew their 19 Lancaster bombers deep into enemy territory to drop their bouncing bombs. The smoke's on now as the team form the shape of one of those Lancaster bombers. And now in from Cops, in Lancaster formation, this is to commemorate 70 years since the Dam Busters. One of our pilots has completed a tour with the famous Dam Busters squadron. Red 3 is on the leader's left wing now, and he is Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. It's his first year with the Red Arrows, but he completed his first tour in the Royal Air Force, flying the Tornado GR4 with 617 Squadron. He flew over Iraq and Afghanistan, and more recently over Libya in 2011. The smoke's back on now as the team reform another formation, this time Apollo, which is our tightest formation. The jets here are around 5 to 6 feet apart as they come in to fly the Apollo roll.
Gentlemen, out. Forward, out. Such a power. Careful. And roll.
On the leader's right wing now is Red 2 and another of our first year pilots, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Parr. Ollie is another former Tornado GR4 pilot with operational experience in Iraq and Afghanistan, and has also completed a tour as a Hawk flying instructor, teaching advanced flying training. Smokes back on as they reform in another shape, this time Typhoon, aimed to depict the delta wing platform of the Royal Air Force's multi-role combat aircraft, the Eurofighter Typhoon. We now have 4 frontline squadrons of Typhoons whose duty it is to protect the airspace of the UK and the Falkland Islands on quick reaction alerts. The team come in from Cops now to fly the Typhoon loop.
Well, those people are probably gloves out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid there is an intruding aircraft in our restricted airspace, which means we've had to put a pause to the display. Clearly, safety is our #1 priority, and with the jets are flying around at 500 miles an hour, any aircraft that strays into our airspace could pose a problem. We're just... One of our pilots is a former Typhoon pilot. Red 9 has just moved to the outside of the formation. He is Flight Lieutenant Mike Child. It's his 2nd year with the team. He's also a former Hawk flying instructor and then moved to the Typhoon, conducting those quick reaction alert duties, protecting our airspace. As they accelerate now from 150 to 400 miles an hour, they're in a formation called Signet. In the middle of the left-hand wing is Red 5, the last of our first-year pilots, Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. Steve is another former Hawk flying instructor and then was posted to the Harrier GR9 before transferring to the Tornado GR4 and flying over Libya in 2011. The smoke's back on now as the team reform another shape, this time Big Vixen, named after the 1960s naval fighter, the Sea Vixen. And in from Stoke